here is Donald Trump speaking to the press after he pled not guilty to the charges around him on January 6th.
Well, thank you very much. This is a very sad day for America. And it was also very sad driving through Washington, D.C. and seeing the filth and the decay and all of the broken buildings and walls and the graffiti. This is not the place that I left. It's a very sad thing to see it. When you look at what's happening, this is a persecution of a political opponent. This was never supposed to happen in America. This is the persecution of the person that's leading by very, very substantial numbers in the Republican primary and leading Biden by a lot. So if you can't beat him, you persecute him or you prosecute him. We can't let this happen in America. Thank you very much.
Do you want these trials to happen before the 2024 election?
All right, there you have it.
There you have it. Aside from, the sort of boilerplate stuff that you would imagine from Donald Trump, the Washington stuff is sort of interesting. And I don't think that is knee jerk on his part. I mean, maybe the hyperbole, it's hard to imagine there's been a lot of decay in the past 24 months that he's been gone from office.
And I was unaware
30
that
months, a lot of decay.
He had jurisdiction over the city of Washington, D.C. in that way, or like, is he doing street cleaning?
Exactly. The point is, though, is this is all, they are in political mode here. And there's two things that they are going to push. One is that he can't get a fair trial in Washington, D.C. And they're building the premises for that. And the premises for that is because Washington is a decrepit place with decrepit people who hate him because he's calling out how decrepit their city is.
And they might look like that judge, by the way. They might look like the judge who's overseeing his case. I mean, there are many black people that are like Alvin Bragg, Letitia James, the judge who is overseeing this case. Like the racist attacks are going to start coming.
Oh, I think we're already seeing it. I think the attacks on Washington, D.C. are coded words. There's going to be undoubtedly in a city like Washington, D.C. with such a significant black population, there's going to be undoubtedly a significant portion of the jury that is going to be black. And they're going to wait until that conviction comes in. But they're going to be building this case and building their case, which is, this is just black people who are attacking Donald Trump. I mean, he is already in the mode of blaming it on black people. It is, if you were even remotely sentient during his campaign in 2016, if you were remotely sentient as a human being when he was president, whenever Donald Trump needs to pull a lever because he's feeling like his poll numbers are down or he's in trouble, that lever is always racial resentment. However, before they get to that, right now they're just laying the groundwork, right? Washington, D.C., a decrepit, gross, almost like a third world country, almost like it's, and before they get there, what they need to do is begin to provide an argument for their people to believe that he is innocent of these charges. And the way they're going to do that is by purposefully or not purposely understanding what these charges are and why there are claims within the indictment that Trump lied. These charges, there are 4 charges. They involve 3 of them conspiracy. They are based upon essentially 3 U.S. laws. 18 U.S.C. 371, a conspiracy to overturn the legitimate results of the 2020 election. By using knowingly false claims of election fraud to obstruct the federal government function by which those results are collected, basically staying in the way of the Electoral College. the USC 18 USC 1512. The purpose of the conspiracy was to corruptly obstruct the vote certification. So that's literally interfering with what Congress was supposed to do. 18 USC 241. The purpose of the conspiracy was to prevent people's votes from being counted, particularly in the swing states. And then there's just a sort of run-of-the-mill obstruction charge, if you will. So you got defrauding the United States, a conspiracy to deprive citizens the right to vote, and the conspiracy to obstruct an official proceeding, and then the actual obstruction of that official proceeding. So 3 conspiracy counts and 1 just obstruction charge. The way the conspiracy counts work is that you need to be in cahoots with one or more persons, and you don't even need to be sitting in the room with them working out what the details are. It is you all must share the same goal, and your actions are the actions you take are all in pursuit of this goal, which is
to add to that point, people might be wondering, why are these co-conspirators not necessarily being named yet? Why aren't charges being filed against the 6 co-conspirators? And the explanation is that they want to get Trump first, and then those will come, because the trial against Trump would get bogged down if it becomes intertwined essentially with these other cases, and they're trying to avoid that. And it also, they're streamlining it as well, because those 3 conspiracy counts that you mentioned, the accusations can apply to all 3. So
Yes.
It's fairly straightforward from a legal perspective.
And we're going to, and I want to talk about that point about what Smith is doing to streamline these cases, because he's not just streamlining this one. He's streamlining, he is working, it seems to me, across all of the cases that are existing. And we'll talk about that in a moment.